eye is coming towards this area
If you
as
don't
a
have
single
money,
guy,
don't let your eye even move.
and you are
Just wear
interested,
contact.
this relationship
sunglasses.
is strictly professional.
He's a married man, oh,
I am married,
with
she's
3
single.
children in his mind.
You understand?
I hope you
So-
wore your ring.
She's, I'm ringed, man.
Aha. Koma Lord, that be big brother. I did not say anything. Oh.
I like Kuba. All right, so I want to ask you the simple question. Why are you single? So I'm going to throw...
Let me answer.
I and MR are going to throw that question around.
Let me answer my own.
You want to answer your own? All right.
Because I'm not married.
Yes. You know,
Why are you single?
One of the easiest ways to avoid me is to look straight at me and not to look away from me. So I'm going to ask you,
I
ma'am,
be looking for the answer, man.
why are you single? I will ask the ladies, you ask the men. Why are you single, please?
I know. Who wants
Please.
to ask woman before?
What's your name, please? Please stand up. Thank you.
The men are not menu.
What's your name, please?
Okay,
Okpeyemi is here. Can you give Okpeyemi a round of applause?
Let me please turn.
Wow.
Turn.
Okpeyemi, oh my God.
Please, what's his surname? Dawson. Okwemi wants to throw away the surname.
So Okpeyemi, why are you single, please?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how single is your single?
To stupor.
Oh, you call single?
Oh God. Oh God.
Chronic.
So Okpeyemi,
Single.
if I were to ask you why you were single, why do you think you are single to stupor?
How do you think your single is drunk?
well, I think things are not just working right between me and my partner, so...
Between you and your partner or partners?
there's a
When I
partner.
say partners, they've been partner before.
There's a partner currently.
No.
the previous one.
She's
So it didn't
single
work
now.
out. So it didn't just work out, Abi? Okay.
Just
All right.
one partner.
Please give Okpeyemi another round of applause, please.
So Okwemi is single. Glory.
Yes, MR, I leave the guy to you. Help ask one guy.
I'm looking for somebody has called me by my name and I've seen him. Very good. He's calling my name and I'm responding. Good morning, sir. Chama. Sir, you sat like you paid for this hall.
Accurate timekeeper.
Sit well. I don't like this sitting. You are
Co-debater.
idiots.
Only him.
Please, may we know your name? Please, could you please rise, Mr. Moses? You have chest to arm.
Child.
I never expected it.
God.
Please, could you face this side first? Mr. Moses! You see us? Mr. Moses, how are you single? Because I don't think Lagos girls would have let you go like that.
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
Excuse me, sir. Esa.
Cheap
Please,
way.
you can say the
We
truth,
need you here.
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, sir.
He says
God is
complicated.
watching
What
you in
does that
3D.
mean, sir?
HD PVR.
What does that mean?
I'm single by choice.
By choice.
You are still speaking English. What does it mean?
I've been married before. I'm separated. It's by choice.
Why are you owing? What's on?
I wonder.
Let the spirit descend. Okay. So you are single now, looking to, or you are on holiday.
MR, I just heard something from above.
What does
Larry Olushola, the catalyst, used his wisdom and years of experience and said it's because he doesn't have baby. That's why
all?
he's single.
That's all. They have seen in the spirit realm, discernment of spirit, word of wisdom. When are you going to grow this thing? I can help you.
Emma, you want to help him grow
People
the
use
dreads.
spirit, Abi. What else do you use? Chipoe, Ori. What else?
Ask those that use it. I don't know.
What else?
What
because
do you mean?
you said that your own has not grown, and I said I was going to help you.
Oh.
What else?
So since you want, why you not asking me if you know what to do?
I don't know. But if
so
you relax it, if you research
you
it,
can't help my case. Don't
and
worry.
use conditioner or tint. So are you ready to mingle?
I am.
You are ready. So you are looking for Mrs. What happened? Mrs. who? Mrs. Obroko. Good. Give us an idea of who she should be. Her size.
Emora, are you sure you are not interested in this matter? Because
Chipoe,
you didn't ask other people
don't
these
finish
questions.
your career here.
Eh? I'm just
leave
asking.
my
I'm
marital career alone.
I'm just trying to, as your
Just
brother
wait.
and your friend
What's
and your
your spec?
professional husband.
People wants to give his spec now. We're helping some ladies. Ladies, am I trying? We're helping some ladies. And so during break time, they can greet each other well.
I am sapiosexual, meaning I'm more attracted to somebody's intelligence than the body.
Okay. Intelligence. So if your IQ is on reserve, he doesn't want. If it's blinking, forget it. What else, sir? Obviously, you don't sleep with intelligence. Because people will now be using
No,
scope.
sapiosexual, they sleep with intelligence. Oh.
They will be using scope.
Well, you have to be attractive to a large
What does that
extent.
mean?
Bros, you said sapiosexual now attractive.
On
Which one do you want?
On low. What size? Tall, brief, close to the floor.
Sleeping part of it. Okay.
I am really not discriminatory. I take them as they come.
Please sit down. It's an offering basket. Thank you, sir, Mr. O. He says he takes them as, you know, offering basket. If you put 1 naira, it's okay. $1,000, pounds. In fact, if you just use your hand like this, you will not talk. Okay, Triple A, our first game, that anointed game I told you about.
Do we have time for game now? I think we should start.
Awesome. So let's do this.
All right. So we will take a welcome address. We have just been having fun for a while now. So we'll take a welcome address. Oh, they're asking us to actually go ahead, leave the welcome address. So we're going straight to...
The man who was supposed to do welcome address is single. They would have
We're going
seen
straight
him now.
to the first panel. We're going straight to the first panel. And yes, you're going to help me with the very first person, Abimbola Craig. You're going to...
Okay, just a little introduction.
Just hold on.
Just a little introduction about Abimbola Craig.
Yes.
Abimbola Craig is a Nigerian actress who is well known in the popular series Skinny Girl in Transit. Aside being an actress, Abimbola is a lawyer and also a producer at Ndani TV. She graduated from the University of Buckingham. Did you hear that? She graduated from the University of Buckingham, where she studied law before moving back to Nigeria to attend law school. She won an award for her acting chops as Tiwa in the popular web series Skinny Girl in Transit. Could you please put your beautiful hands together as we welcome Abimbola Craig.
Next on the line is a fine bloke, fine guy, handsome from heaven to earth.
Oh, Mr. M. How many people know Mr. M?
How many of you know who Mr. M is?
Did you watch that movie? Did you see how he kissed? It was spiritual. My God.
Was it kissing alone that you saw?
That's
in
the only thing I saw.
And you're a pastor.
Who told you that?
She's
Where
a
did you
pastor.
hear that one from?
All right, let's move on.
You have a way of targeting my spiritual capacity and anointing.
I'm just saying.
Come, the day you come to my church, during anointing service, I will knock you.
Me? You already knocked me.
You know usually they do like this.
That's
That's why people like you, we rake them. Okay, moving on to Mr. M. Femi Jacobs is a Nigerian actor, producer, singer, public speaker, and evaluation coach. Femi studied mass communication at the Lagos State University, then proceeded to study marketing management at the Lagos Business School, now called Pan Atlantic University. He came into prominence for playing Makinde Esho in the film The Meeting. Femi received a nomination for Best Actor in a leading role at the 9th Africa Movie Academy Awards for his role in The Meeting. He won the award for Best Actor in a Comedy at the 2015 Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Awards. Please put your hands together as we welcome Mr. Femi Jacobs.
Mr. M.
M. FJ.
Baba.
FJ. FJ, you've added way to permanent side loading.
All right, so the next on the line is none other than the beautiful Bolanle Olukani.
Bolanle Olukani is a TV presenter popularly known for hosting Moments with Mo. In 2007, she graduated from Loyola University, Chicago, America with honors in a double degree of BA Communications and BA International Studies. Bolanle began her presenting career with Moments with Mo, now called Moments. She still co-hosts the show on Eboli Live TV. Bolanle also co-hosts the popular reality music show MTN Project Fame West Africa alongside Nollywood actor Joseph Benjamin. Please put your hands together as we welcome
Bolanle Olukoni. Yeah. And the last but not the least person on this panel is none other than the delectable Osaru Alile.
Osaru Alile is an interior designer who holds a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in interior design from the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City. She is the co-founder of Caxton Alile Design and CC Interiors Limited and has since successfully worked on numerous creative projects in the UK, US, and in Nigeria. She's very passionate about creativity, entrepreneurship, education, and the empowering of Nigerian youth. She is also one of the judges of Nigeria's first ever competitive reality TV show, Interior by Design. Please put your hands together as we make welcome Miss Osaru Alile.
All right, so now, yes, our moderator for the day is, you know him. Yes, it is. You know him.
He's usually the most handsome at our
finest
events.
guys anywhere he goes.
Yeah, he's like an
we don't
MTN
want,
advert.
we don't want to be
Most
revealing all
handsome
his. If
anywhere
we start
you go.
reading his profile now, we'll still be here till 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Yes, so
very
let's just say
intimidating.
it straight. His name is Lanre Olushola.
No,
AKA.
just wait. You can't call coach like that.
Sorry, okay,
if
sorry.
I prostrate.
Sorry.
No, we have not called you, sir. We have not
sorry.
called you. Coach, we have not
Please,
called you.
please sit down. Please sit down.
Can you see the difference between struggle and hustle?
It's,
you
it's not stress, you see.
He's the only man with white beard here. This is what happens. You know, according to one scripture that says, after you have suffered a while, then will I settle you, establish you, and prosper you. Are you aware? He's saying, see the color of your beard. You are still
It's
suffering.
black.
Please put your hands together
Wait.
as we welcome.
Wait. You see, one thing you need to know about this man.
Is what? Is your father. You want to be doing Atachena.
He's my father,
In your mind.
my mentor.
Leave him
My
alone.
friend.
He's not at your level.
He's-
You are
I'm-
still doing
that's
black.
why he's my
you are still
mentor.
doing black hair up and down,
No,
disturbing Lagos.
I already have
Let
my-
the real men stand up, please.
If you read, I still have like
Excuse me,
4
dance.
strands.
Excuse me, dance.
Ella,
Coach, stand for my hand.
Ella.
Yo, please come and snap this picture. My generation must be fine. Where are the photographers? What's this beef about? Which way you take?
You want to collect it? That's the end.
So good morning, everybody. Is everybody excited to be here? Fantastic. So what we need you to do is quickly write down your questions. What would you like to ask my incredible guests and panelists? So quickly. But before we take your questions, we're going to allow everybody to do an intro. So, Bolanle, I'm going to start with you. Yeah. And we're going to put all of you on the spot. We chose you guys deliberately. Bolanle, why are you still single? She fine. No, she not fine. She fine, die. I mean, guys, she can't tall. She can't sexy. If you hear her, Igbo.
Wow. Good morning, everyone. I haven't even answered this question when my parents asked me, so it's very cool to be answering it in front of a group of people that I'm meeting for the first time. It's an age-old question I ask myself all the time: why am I still single? I'm going to be very honest, and I'm going to be very transparent. I think if I did have the choice tomorrow, I would be married, right? So I know that emotionally, I'm definitely ready for marriage. I believe spiritually, I'm ready for marriage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain why I'm still single, and I'm coming from a perspective that's mine, and it's going to be a very spiritual perspective because spirituality guides most of the decisions that I make in my life. So bear with me if if I talk a lot about God in the process of what I'm saying. But I'll also try and make it as relatable for anyone who's not spiritual and such. Okay, so I have only, in the course of my life, I'm 27, and I've only had 2 boyfriends. I've always been very, very particular about the reasons and who I date and why I date people, because I believe that I should date for marriage. And I believe that when I'm dating someone, I'd always been like, okay, if I'm dating this person, we're working towards marriage. And unfortunately, in the 2 situations where I did have a relationship, both of them, well, didn't end up in marriage. But I guess the question is I have to ask myself, what is it that I'm looking for? Hello? Okay. I think it's still working. Okay. What is it that I'm looking for that I haven't found? And also, what is it that's not yet fully developed in me that hasn't connected with another person? So I think the first thing is, the first person I dated, I was very young. I was 21, I believe. And it was a situation where I had never dated anyone, and everybody had had a boyfriend. So I was like, I need to try this out. And it's interesting because I had waited for so long to open up my heart to someone, but then I ended up choosing, for a lack of better word, do you guys know what a yo-yo-yo boy is?
A what?
A yo-yo-yo boy.
Yo-yo-yo.
Okay, let me explain. Or do you know what I feel all right boy is? So a yo-yo boy is basically what your mother tells you to run away from. You know, cool, in the Lagos scene, probably doesn't have a very strong relationship with God, and literally just led me astray. And that situation was interesting because I've always prided myself on knowing who I am, and I have values, and I know exactly what it is that I'm looking for. But I think for me, what I found out from that relationship was the importance of patience, and also the fact that I wasn't emotionally and spiritually ready to be married at all. And what does that look like? I was very, very selfish in the relationship. So fast forward to the second relationship. Again, I found myself wanting to be in a relationship not specifically for, marriage reasons, but I think it's interesting because I think we don't realize how many of us want to be in relationships for transactional reasons. And I'm going to be very honest in the fact that, I had gotten to the place where I was like, okay, I want to be in a relationship with someone who I'm doing well financially. The person has to be doing well financially. Does that make sense? But then what now happens is that you begin to excuse other values that the person doesn't have. So maybe they do whatever they have to do to make money, and it's not an honest way. Do you see what I'm saying? So then you now find yourself making excuses, and you're like, oh, we're both going to be B and J, and we'll make one Billy together. But the question is, what's in the person's heart? So that relationship showed me that I had got to a place where I was looking for a relationship that was not emotionally rooted, but was very, very, we're both going to come into this together, we're both going to, hammer together, and we're going to be like a really cool couple, and we're going to look great. So again, even though I thought I was emotionally and spiritually ready for marriage, I was, again, choosing someone for the wrong reasons. And I would pride myself on saying that I'm a very, very down-to-earth, practical person, but I had allowed values that were not mine to seep into why I was choosing to be with someone. So for example, maybe I'd meet someone who is, kind, loving, patient, but they're still taking bus. And I don't want to do that. Do you see what I'm saying? So I've gotten to a place where, to answer your question, Coach, the reason why I'm still single is because I'm still trying to be honest with myself about whether or not what I want aligns with what God wants. And I think that until I get to the point where I'm willing to surrender my desires to what God's desires are for me for a husband, I think it's going to take time. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes, so.
Hi, everyone.
You fine too now. She no fine. See her eyes. See her smile. See her bling bling. Or more, now die. Why are you still single? Osaru.
Hi, guys. Okay, so the first time coach, or yeah, I think it was coach that asked me to be on this panel, I was like, please no, I don't have time. Like I just don't feel like answering this question. And it's not because I'm uncomfortable being single. Like I always say, I am not a sad, lonely, single lady. I'm 34, by the way, which is like a grown woman. So it wasn't about that. It was just that, you know, generally in Nigeria, the question is just outstretched and long, and everybody just wants to ask over and over again. And I'm actually one of the few people that is never offended when people ask. People ask me, and I'm like, I actually don't know, you know. I've been thinking about it myself. Why do you have someone for me? Like, I'm never really offended about it. It doesn't bother me. Like, aunties can come and want to have, like, full 1-hour conversations about it, and I would engage them because I'm actually interested as well. But I thought about it. I said, okay, you know what? Let me think about it. Actually, I think at first I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not interested. Please leave me. And also, I don't like to talk. So, well, actually, maybe I do. So I said, okay, you know what? Let me think about it. Why am I still single? And then I thought and I figured that, you know, it had to do with me. A lot of times, like, we blame, especially women. We say, it's all the guys in Nigeria, they're this, they're that. And I actually like what Bolale said, because she figured, you realize that it's yourself. I'm single because I am single, and Osaru caused Osaru to be single. And that is the honest truth. And why would I say that? At first, let's say 18, 19, 20, even up to probably like 25, 26, I'll be very honest. If I was dating anybody, I'm not lying. Unlike Bonali, I never thought about marriage. It was not even something that ever came to my mind. For some reason, I don't know why it wasn't in my radar. I didn't think about it. It wasn't like, it didn't mean anything to me. And I'm coming from a very, like, my parents are quite happily married, so I wasn't afraid of it or any of that. But I don't know why, it just never was on my mind. I had a little sister who, from 10 years old, would always talk about marriage. She would talk about, like, when she's playing with her Barbie dolls, me, I'm talking about what they're wearing and all of that, and she's talking about, oh, the husband and the wife and the 2 children and the dog, and I'm just like, okay. I didn't even notice that that's all she cared about, but she did. And she would name her children and name her husband and think about what they're going to do in the house, and I'm thinking about going to school and, you know, fashion and fun things. But, you know, that was just what was on my mind, and that was what's on her mind. So I would say that, and I said this on the radio the other day, that I spoke into my future concerning marriage, and I kind of spoke against it because I never really would say, oh, by this age I would like to be married, or it just wasn't important to me, and that's the honest truth. Then another reason was because I wasn't really obsessed with the idea of marriage, I never thought about who I wanted to be married to. Like people would ask me, and Coach said this the other day. He was asking, he said that, you know, people, when he asked people, like, who do you see yourself being married to? I could never see the person. Like, people would ask me, and I'm like, I mean, he has to be a nice guy. That's all that will come to my mind because I never thought about it. And I think the honest truth is that I think the reason why I didn't think about who I wanted to be married to was because I also did not know who I was. So when you don't know who you are, you can't possibly try to match yourself with someone. So I mean, I knew who I was. I was always like fun-loving, cool, you know, whatever, funky, fresh. But who did I want to be with? I didn't know, and I was being honest. People were asking me, and I'm like, it just needs to be nice now, like a cool guy, nice, whatever. Like, I could never, like, properly articulate it and say, oh, he has to be this kind of guy, that kind of guy. I mean, I'm like a full-on Christian woman, and I would date Muslim guys without a problem. Like, I didn't think about it. It wasn't, I mean, everyone can do what they want, but if I thought about my future and what I would want my kids to be and, you know, what I want my family to be, then I would have probably been more careful about who I was dating, but I honestly never thought about it, and that's the truth. And then another reason was I did not think also, and this is also not thinking, also what God thought about marriage. It never crossed my mind, and I don't know why, but it didn't. If I thought about what God thought about marriage and how important the institution of marriage is to him, then it would have probably been something that was more on my plate. It would have probably come to my mind more. I didn't think about the fact that marriage was part of the purpose that God had for my life, and so I just wouldn't think about it. And so 25, 26, 30, you know, 31, and people would always ask, why are you single? I'm a nice girl, I actually don't know, like, I don't understand. And then it took me a while, and I started like properly thinking about it, and I realized, somebody actually said something to me, and this was probably last year, and she asked me,